Hello again. Thank you for joining me for another episode of UNLEARN. Today we are going to go into the topic of how numerology and chiropractic relate to each other. If you've seen my other videos, you'll know that the number 33 represents the master influencer, and there's many different aspects in our society that we can see this number being represented. Take, for example, in the body, there are 33 vertebral segments in the human spine. Unless you are born again, you cannot see the kingdom of God. Jesus was crucified at age 33. And I want you to consider this. Ice at 32 degrees is considered freezing, and it starts melting once it reaches 33 degrees Fahrenheit. So how does this relate to chiropractic? Well, let me talk to you about the idea of the life path number. The 33 life path number is very influential throughout society, and here are some examples. The man who discovered the theory of relativity, Albert Einstein, was a 33 life path. One half of the man who invented flight, Wilbur Wright of the Wright brothers, was a 33 life path. The businessman and inventor, specifically of the light bulb, Thomas Edison. The inventor of the guy who decided to put a ball in a basket, James Naismith, 33 life path. The man who preaches hustle, loyalty, and respect, never seen 17, John Cena, is a 33 life path. Getting back to being serious, the man who you see right here was also a 33 life path. This was B.J. Palmer, the developer of chiropractic. And let me tell you, this man definitely left a legacy behind him, which included the Palmer School, now Palmer College of Chiropractic, a chiropractic sanitarium, which he would use natural methods to help treat patients, a radio station for which he could broadcast his influence, and influence he did, including future President Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was actually given the first opportunity to ever be on the radio from B.J. Palmer. He also left a huge influence by leaving behind what we know as chiropractors called the Green Books. That was a lot about chiropractic philosophy and what he believed. B.J. Palmer also developed a chiropractic technique called toggle. This was actually the first chiropractic class I was ever taught when I was in school. B.J. believed by affecting this particular vertebrae, it would cause a change of how the nervous system would function overall, and it would perform at a much higher ability since it was the first vertebrae that exited the brainstem. Using a drop piece headset, the patient would be placed with the affected side up. With the headset drop piece, it would allow gravity to help, delivering a high velocity, low force adjustment right into the atlas to affect neurological tone in the body, therefore stimulating what's called the parasympathetic response in calming the person. This would later be referred to a hole-in-one. And speaking of ones, the founder of chiropractic, B.J. Palmer's father, D.D. Palmer, was actually a one life path, which makes sense because the one is about initiation and starting of things, and he was actually able to start this profession. And here's some other numbers to think about with D.D.'s philosophy. D.D. Palmer believed that all dis-ease in the body that led to disease was caused by three different patterns: thoughts, traumas, and toxins. Notice the three pattern of the triangle. Perhaps there's some symbolism with the Holy Trinity? If you want to dive in deeper to this, T is the 20th letter, reduced down to the number 2. 2, 2, 2 for the 3 T's equals 6. 3 plus 3 also equals 6. What we can take away from all this is that the divine power is within us. It's literally in physical form within each and every one of us who actually has a spine. So I feel it's important to share how numbers affect how we see matter and how it relates to energy in our own lives. Like our feelings, numbers have vibrations of how we project that energy. And I think it's always important to understand that these types of energies are always within us and we can take control of them. This has been another episode of UNLEARN. I hope you've learned something today.